newspapers, the major publications of the time often recorded who would be speaking at church at the Capitol. Separation of church and state. There are a couple moving parts to explain here, but I just want to touch on one point. Thomas Jefferson's famous words, wall of separation, separation of church and state, get completely kicked around, booted, misconstrued, taken completely out of context. People don't want to take the time to understand the context of time and what was going on. Thomas Jefferson's famous words were actually in a letter written back to the Baptists, who were thankful that to not have a state established church like many European countries, but more on that in another time to explain additional context. But Jefferson's famous wall of separation letter was written in 1802 on Friday, January 1st, and only 2 days later, Sunday, January 3rd, Thomas Jefferson attended church at the U.S. Capitol building. The U.S. Capitol hosted church for nearly a century. Imagine that, one of the most iconic American buildings of all time, served as a church for nearly a century. We know that Thomas Jefferson attended. John Quincy Adams, the 6th president of the U.S., attended. We know this from his diary. Jefferson's words were never intended to create a religion-free public square desired by so many activist groups today. These activist groups such as Freedom from Religion Foundation, Americans United for Separation of Church and State, Military Religious Freedom Foundation, ACLU, American Humanist Association, American Atheists, and others. But a very neat, interesting find about church at the U.S. Capitol was that the major newspapers, the major publications of the time often recorded who would be speaking at church at the Capitol. Imagine that.